Another reason why I left the church and embraced atheism is because I realized the overwhelming population in church that are narcs, self-absorbed, shallow, cruel, and supercilious. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some nice people in all the branches of Christianity. And I've been in 7 churches, 3 denominations. I've met people of every denomination, state, every type of church you could imagine. But yeah, I avoid church and religion because it draws the worst types of people. I'm not saying that everyone who's drawn to religion is bad. Of course not. We've had some terrible atheists. Several authoritarian leaders were atheists. But consistently, there's a lot of narcissists, self-absorbed, shallow, wolves in sheep's clothing, users, manipulators, downright criminals. There's something about religion that appeals to narcissists. And it's something I've noticed for a very long time, and it's chilling. I've seen churches split and rip each other apart because of a slight difference of opinion. I've seen churches ruin people's reputation. I've seen where people frame each other for illicit materials on their computer so they can take their job. I've seen a music minister and his wife turn 1/3 of the church against a pastor. I have seen female cliques inside churches that make life hell for normal people who aren't in those cliques. There's something about church that brings out the most awful types of people. And these people almost never get the karma in public they deserve. Few to none have ever been called out, have received what they deserve. Very few of them have ever lost their job, their legacy, and their ability to just exist as a powerful waste of space. Most of the time, their church slowly dies because they don't hire people who set a standard. But they do get through karma. Not the way you'd probably see it in a movie, though. And that's the problem. These kind of institutions and leaders seldom to never receive the justice they deserve. They don't get social ostracization for breaking up churches and tearing families apart. And I want nothing to do with the rampant narcissism and self-loathing and just self-importance that religious people seem to have. And when I say the worst things that have ever been said to me were from Christians. I've never had an atheist tell me something, even the lowest level of cruel. But something about Christians. They're experts in gaslighting and invalidating, blaming, enabling, hiding, laughing. I want nothing to do with these kind of environments. And I've been in 4 different states, in so many different denominations, churches, groups, mega churches, all kinds of ethnical and different kinds of backgrounds. It doesn't change. All you need is a little religion, and people would enable and do things they couldn't get away with if they didn't have religion.